Of course, me, I don't know God. I know Olodumare. I believe in nobody, no more less. Sent by Olodumare. Babalawo no be oníṣègùn. Oníṣègùn no be adáhunṣe. Adáhunṣe yàtọ̀ sí olóríṣà. Oníṣẹ̀ṣe ṣáàlì gbogbo wa. Arakutu, of course I be your vibe. 5.5 girls for your pop. Of course, me no ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Give me iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹni money Babalawos are not evil. Babalawos are not dirty. Babalawo they speak English. Of course, of course, of course, I don't care what they say. It's a shady way. Of every beat to my body. No man can say. Black man, black religion. Then I make my own choice. I'm spiritual, not religious. Who shall me? I know they talk much. I see Jay, Joe, Bango. Better, bouncing. Ebu, Ejella. No time away, all your hair, Bango. I see Jay, Bango. Better, bouncing.
Of course. Hello, 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 hello. Of course, you know, but you know, our beloved brother, you know. 100 or nothing. Yeah, that brother goes in still. You get me? Get familiar. If you don't know 100, get familiar. He's doing some wonderful music. He's doing a wonderful job. Hello, I'm from Baba ni Agbara Imo Ati Oye. Who do we have here? So we're just getting started today. We've got an interesting module today. And of course, brought to you by Yoruba Learning Academy. So we are in week 6 of the Yoruba Learning Foundation course. So this is the week 6. Ọ̀sẹ̀ kẹfà la wà yìí nínú ilé ìwé Yoruba Learning Academy. So so what are we going to be talking about today? Kini amamako nepa ni o. I've got some interesting announcement as well. I've got an interesting announcement as well. That will come towards the ending of the program, towards the ending of today's lecture. So who do we have? I think we've got Alkaline on deck. Let me send the Alkaline. Feel free to come online, to come on the panel. Who do we have? We've got Temitokpe Oladejo Shedada Nibami. Alkaline, how you doing, brother?
Yeah, yeah, all good, my brother.
Yeah, okay. Good to hear from you, man. Hope you're having a wonderful week and that.
Yeah, man, it's very good, man.
That's good to hear.
Wonderful week too.
That's good to hear. Say that again.
Hope you're having a wonderful week too.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week still. You know, it's been an interesting week on the war front.
Yeah.
You know, it's been an interesting week, but you know, it is what it is. We shall, you know, what do we do? We have to keep winning. You get me?
100%.
Have you seen that Donald Trump video when he was campaigning for his next for his obviously his current term, and he was saying, "Oh, we're gonna win so much." What did he say? He say, we're gonna win so much. You're going to be fed up of winning. Then you're going to say, why are we winning? We're gonna say, no, let's keep winning. We're gonna win so much. Yeah. When he made that speech, I was on the floor, I was laughing so much. So that's how I feel right now. We're going to win so much, but there's no victory without what? Without the battles, right?
Yeah, 100%.
There's no victory without the battles, man. In Yoruba, there's a saying there's a saying which goes, "Kò sí àyànmọ́ láì ní ìdánwò." And what that translates to in English is there is no destiny without without trials. Kò sí àyànmọ́ láì ní ìdánwò. It translates, there's no destiny without triumph.
That's
And it's the
right.
same thing without trials. And also it's the same thing about there is no victory without battles, right?
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
'cause
yeah.
what you like, there has to be like, what are you winning for? Like, it's like what's there to win if there's no like battle to go through?
No challenges, yeah. You need the battles. You need the battles in order to be able to claim victory, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm writing a book at the moment which actually talks about the about battles and victory and war from a geopolitical perspective.
Oh, okay.
It's the book is pretty much written. To be honest with you, I just need to finalize the book cover for the hard copy, the print version, but the audiobook, tell you what, I might actually push myself and get the audiobook out already. I could publish that I could submit that for publishing this weekend.
Oh, okay. Let me know that's all good to go.
I will. So so that's a good book about battles. So basically the book is titled, should I give it away already? Okay, then for the purpose of everyone here, the book is going to you got inside information, you people. So yeah, the book is titled The Last War.
Okay.
It's titled The Last War. So it's an insightful one, and I think a lot of the readers, they will it will make a lot of sense. It's almost like it's prophetic. It's prophetic, but it's also very very much aligned with where we are now in the world and the direction, the options available to. I feel like basically I wrote it from the perspective, as in the world is at a crossroad right now.
Yeah.
The world is like we're standing at a crossroad. We could go left or we could go right. And the direction that we go will determine the future. So I wrote it from that perspective, but obviously I made my own recommendation of why I think basically we are facing the final war. Anyway, that's not the topic for today. Before we start getting too deep. So ẹ káàbọ̀, a bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú orúkọ Olódùmarè, ọba tẹ́rẹrẹ kárí ayé, ọba àjíkí, ọba àjípè, ọba àjíkẹ́, àṣèbà akọ́dá, ìbà àṣẹ̀dá, ìbà adẹ́dà, ìbà àwọn onílẹ̀, ìbà àwọn tó ń ṣílẹ̀kùn ọjọ́ òní o. Yeah. So today's topic, we're in module 6 of the Yoruba learning, the Ilé Ẹ̀kọ́ Yoruba, the foundation course, level 1. I've always said we've got the intermediate one and we've got the advanced program as well. But obviously, how do you build a house? How do you build a house? You build from the ground up, innit?
Yep.
We build from the ground up because we got to get this. So we got to get the foundation in place, and we got to get the foundation right. So that it's only on a solid foundation can you build something that's going to last, right? Something that's going to be able to stand the test of time. So that's the same way that we designed the course. So basically, the foundation, which is why it's important that we get the foundation in. So for the foundation course, we are in module 6. And this is the first time. So we've done a lot of, where we started from? We started from, obviously the alphabet. We started from formulating learning the tone, different tone, the do, re, mi, using that framework. We started forming phrases. We started building sentences. Last week's lecture, module 5, went deeper into sentence building. And in a very interactive way, and the learners were starting. I was very proud, particularly of yourself, Mr. Alkaline. You did fantastically well last week in your sentence formation. So seeing how much progress you've made was very heartwarming. So keep up the work, okay?
Appreciate it.
So for the first time, yeah, for real, you're doing fantastically well. Many others are doing well. So learn Yoruba numbers, ask questions. Exactly. So this is where we are. Oh, okay. That's AI. AI, don't be too nosy, boy. Okay. So this is so basically this is the first time in this learning program. So this is the first time we are introducing numbers. Remember I said numbers would come later. So this is the first time we've been playing with words, we've been playing with text. and alphabet. So this and sentences. This is the first time we are actually going to be dabbling in some numbers. Okay. So today's topic for module 6 is we are going to be talking about Ìṣirò, Àkókò àti Ọjọ. So numbers, time, and days is what we're going to be focusing on today. So brace yourself, buckle up your seatbelt, and yeah, let's go for the ride. For those who are joining us, please, and those who are listening, please share the live and power tap. Gbogbo ilé, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ wa ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ bá wa share live yẹn, ẹ bá wa power tap o, so that more and more people can can hear and see what we're doing. And then we can sort of get things moving in that way. And obviously TikTok requires some basic interactivity as well. So táwọn tó bá ń wò wá, tó bá ń gbọ́ wá, tó bá ń bá wa share, tó bá ń bá wa like TikTok, á lè make sure pé inú TikTok á dùn, kò ní já wa bọ́, àní jábọ́ nínú ayé lágbára Èdùmàrè. So yeah, so thank you. So basically, Alkaline, thanks for the gift as well, much appreciated. Gbogbo ilé, so ẹ bá wa power tap, ẹ bá wa share. So how do you power tap? If you just tap on the box where you see where you see the host. That box that you see where you see the host is currently placed in that box on the left. Just tap in that box. That's how you power tap. For those who are not aware. So basically, I'm sọ̀rọ̀ nípa Ìṣirò, Àkókò àti Ọjọ, numbers, time, and days. Actually, before we delve in, let me do something. Some of the students aren't here yet. Okay, just send that out to some of the other students. So yeah, let's crack on though. So yeah, let's go. So Ìṣirò, Yoruba, counting in Yoruba language. Okay, counting in Yoruba, obviously we count up as well, we count up from 0, 1. Odo is 0. Actually, let me put 0 in there, because depending on your philosophy about numbers, I think in the Western philosophy, they don't count 0 as a number. They don't count 0 as a number. They start counting from 1. But if you know, once you study like things like Ifa metaphysics, you know that 0 is actually a number. A 0 doesn't represent nothing in the Yoruba, or you could say Ifa metaphysics, because out of nothing comes something. There can never be a 1 unless there's a 0. So 0 doesn't represent nothing in the Yoruba numbering system. 0 is an actual thing. So I think sometimes maybe that's where it differs from Western numbering system. 0 is something. So anyway, let's not go into metaphysical aspect of it. But let's just say from a Yoruba perspective, there is 0 represents something. It doesn't mean emptiness in Yoruba. In Yoruba metaphysics, 0 doesn't mean nothingness the way it does in the Western paradigm. Okay, so 0 is an actual thing. Okay, so 0 means Odo. 1 translates Okan. 2 is Meji. 3 Eta. Actually, let me actually do this. Okay, maybe I'm being too pedantic now. You could call it Meji or Ag or Eta or Meta. Mary is 4. Marun is 5. Mefa is 6. AJ is 7. Ejo is 8. Eson is 9. Ewa is 10. Okay? Actually, let's be pedantic. Let's learn it the right way. I've just realized something, yeah? So basically, in Yoruba language, you can separate the numbers from you can actually separate the numbers from when you represent them with objects. You can separate them. Okay. So, but when you say something, for instance, when you say, let's say number 9, for instance, stands alone as a number, doesn't it? Yeah?
Yeah.
But if I ask you, oh, how many, if I place, let's say 10 sticks on a table, and then I ask you, how many sticks are there on the table? What are you going to say? Are you going to say, what? Ẹ̀sán, right? You're not going to say ẹ̀sán, which means just 9. You're going to say mẹ́sàn. That means there are 9 things in there. You see, you are not just representing the number. That would mean you are objectifying the number as well. You are counting the number of things as opposed to just telling me the number. Do you see the difference? Am I making sense?
Yeah.
So if you're saying, oh, how many, what number have I written on the board? You can say ẹ̀sán. That means 9. But if I'm saying, but you see, I'm asking about a number by itself. But if I was inquiring about the number of things, like how many sticks do I have on the table? You're not going to say ẹ̀sán, because ẹ̀sán just means 9 by itself. If you wanted to say 9 objects, you would say mẹ́sàn. You would put M in front of it. You see, initially we had M in front of each number, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I removed them. I removed them for the purpose of explaining that in Yoruba language there's a difference between the numbers on their own and when you are using the numbers to describe the quantity of an object. There is a difference, so we have to make that distinction. If I don't teach that distinction, people are not going to know. Okay, so the numbers stand alone on their own as odo, ọ̀kan, èjì, ẹ̀ta, ẹ̀rin, àrún, ẹ̀fà, èje, ẹ̀jọ, ẹ̀sán, ẹ̀wá. You see, those are just the numbers on their own. They stand alone by themselves. You're not applying them. You're not using them to define a quantity of any object yet. Do you understand? But when you are using the numbers to determine, to quantify objects or an object, at that point, you put that M, that me sound, that me in front of it, okay? And it starts from 3, or from 2 rather, okay? So you say, so if I'm using, okay, this is number 2. If I want to say, okay, let me do this. I'm struggling to explain this, but I'll get there in the end. My bad. What the hell? So we're creating some objects which we're going to use to explain the difference between when you say something is mẹ́fà àti ẹ̀fà. There is a difference there. When they become objectified is when you put that me in front of them. But when there's just numbers, standalone numbers, you're not going to put the me in front of it. Okay, I'm going to explain it shortly. Okay, so actually, okay, so let me use this one now. So in Yoruba language, these are the numbers on their own. So ọ̀kan, this is 1 to 10. Ọ̀kan, òdo, ọ̀kan, èjì, ẹ̀ta, ẹ̀rin, àrún, ẹ̀fà, èje, ẹ̀jọ, ẹ̀sán, ẹ̀wá. Those are just the numbers as they stand on their own. Okay. I remember the warning from Alkaline at the last lecture to move this up so that it's not blocking the the screen, the top of the screen. I remember that. Okay, yeah. So basically, so if when the numbers become more than one, okay, when they start getting pluralized, then you're going to say the number by itself. If I say what number is on the board, you say you see AG is 2. But when you're using them to objectify, to quantify objects, then if I'm saying how many sticks do I have here highlighted, you're not going to say AG, because AG just means 2 by itself. You're going to then put the me in front of it to become what? To become méjì. Igi mélòó ló wà lórí table? Igi méjì. You're not going to say igi AG, because AG just means 2. When you want to apply the numbers to then quantify objects, you're going to put the me in front of it as long as it's more than 1. I hope that's making sense. Let's keep going. If I want to say, oh, this one, okay, one number I wouldn't hear was okay, eta is 3. But if I want to say igi mélòó, how many sticks do you see here? You're not going to say eta. You're going to say what?
Meta.
Meta. You're going to say meta, because now you're not just saying the number in isolation. You're now using it as a means of quantifying the number of an object. Okay? And it's more than 1. Like this one, if I say, okay, how many sticks do you see here? This one here. How many?
Mary,
yes. If I say this one, how many sticks do you see here?
Maroon,
Well done. Maroon. And then we go into the next line. How many sticks do you see here?
Mefa,
Go on, repeat it. Mefa. Very good. You're getting the tone. It's very important to get the tone. Okay? And what about this one? If I say, how many sticks do you see here?
Meji.
No, you see, it's not E.
Wait.
You're almost there.
Major.
Keep going. Go on, say that again.
Major.
Because that A is repeating, isn't it?
Okay, Major. Okay, I was thinking because it can't be air because it doesn't have so Major.
It doesn't have the tone at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
I'm removing that red line. I'm removing them so that you can see them more clearly. Okay. So you can see here, because is what is the A sound.
Yeah.
Repeated. So is J, right?
Okay.
Go on, say J. Yeah, J. Yeah. Okay, what about the next one?
Major.
Brilliant. You nailed it. You're getting there. What about this next one here?
Maison. Oh, okay. So you say it all, so it's not like
you say all. Maison. Yeah, and I've done it like this deliberately to kind of help you to get the tone. But if you're finding them in just like in ordinary literature, you're not going to see this part. It's just going to be maison like this.
Oh, okay.
What's this? Your live is flagged for hate speech. What are you talking about? What hate speech?
What, did you get a notification or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes maybe TikTok algorithm is trying to get too smart for its own good.
Yeah.
It's trying to get too smart. We're not talking about anything like that over here. So yeah, so you're getting it. So they would be Meson. Usually in any literature, in any Yoruba literature, this is what you're going to see. But like I said, I have intentionally just done this to help you with the pronunciation so that you'll be able to enunciate it better. Okay?
Okay. No, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I done it deliberately like that, just to help. Mesa, and this one, I don't know what's going on here. Major, yeah. And then this one, what about this one here? How many six do we have here?
Mewa.
Mewa, say it.
Mewa.
Thank you. Because you can see, this is why I've done it like this. So basically, what I'm using this for is I am just showing the part that you need to drag. The part that you need to pronounce very sharp, very short, and the part that you need to drag. So at your first attempt, you drag the mewa, but it's actually mewa. Mewa. So the me is short, and then the it's elongated. Okay?
Yeah.
Mewa. Very good. So now you okay. This thing is this copy and pasting is messing with me right now. It's messing with me right now. I don't know what's going on. Okay, here we go. So Mewa. So now you can see right from the gate, there is a difference between the numbers when they're standing alone and the numbers when they're being used to quantify an object. Okay? So there's a difference there. When they're standing alone, it's just odo, ọ̀kan, èjì, ẹ̀ta, ẹ̀rin, àrún, ẹ̀fà, èje, ẹ̀jọ, ẹ̀sán, ẹ̀wá. Those are just the numbers on their own. You're not doing anything with them. You're not using them. They're just numbers as they stand alone. But when you start applying those numbers, start using them to what? To quantify objects, then that's when they, as long as when it's more than one object, you put the me in front of it. Méjì, that means nǹkan méjì ló wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn, there are two objects there. Mẹ́ta, nǹkan mẹ́ta ló wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn, there are three objects there. Mẹ́rin, nǹkan mẹ́rin ló wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn, there are what? There are four objects there. Márùn-ún, nǹkan márùn-ún ló wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn, there are five objects there. Mẹ́fà, nǹkan mẹ́fà ló wà ńbẹ̀ yẹn because there are six objects there. And so on and so forth, okay?
Is there a reason why they put M in front? Is there a deeper reason, or is it just like?
That's exactly what I've been explaining. Is because you're now applying the numbers.
Yeah, I know, but like specifically M.
Yeah, the M.
Why couldn't it be like another letter? If that makes sense.
That's a very good question. But but in my own understanding, it's like this. In Yoruba language, if you're telling somebody to give you something in the market, let's say you're going to the market, then how do you say, oh, give me 5 bananas?
More. Is it more soft? No, more.
You could actually say, mo fẹ́ ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ márùn-ún.
Okay.
Me, that means, márùn-ún.
Okay.
Yeah, or basically that's just how it is. I'm not explaining it well, to be honest with you. That one, maybe I need to think about it better as well. But in terms of how I explain it, but in my understanding is like, basically, if you want to say somebody to give you 5 objects or 5 bananas, you say, mú ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ márùn-ún fún mi.
Okay.
That mú àrún, that means to take 5.
Okay.
I believe it's what's been combined and consolidated.
Okay.
So it's like mu meji fumi. Which means to take, to grab, and ag, which means two. So when you consolidate them, when you combine them, what do you have? Then you're going to have what? Márùn méjì mẹ́ta. That means mu ẹ̀ta, take three. Mu ẹ̀rin, take four. Mu àrún, take five. Mu ẹ̀fà, take six. Mu èje, take seven. Mu ẹ̀jọ, take eight. Mu àrún, take nine. That becomes mẹ́sàn. That means take nine, which means mu ẹ̀sán, to take nine, right?
Okay.
And mu ẹ̀wá, mẹ́wàá. You understand? So for me, I believe it's an abbreviation. It's a consolidation of mu and the number.
Okay. So it's
I
like, more
believe
like,
that's how they become mẹ́wàá. Sorry, what was that?
no, it's more like instead of just saying a number, you're more like personalizing it. If that,
Yeah, you're using it, you're applying it, you're utilizing the number to quantify objects.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's the best explanation I can give you right now. But it's a very good question. Okay, so at this point in time, obviously we've just taught you 1 to 10, and then the practice activities is then to write 1 to 20 and say them out loud. Okay, so shall we try to build 1 to 20 and say them out loud? It's on the next page. Okay. So there's something fundamental I need to explain here. Or is it over here? Yes, it's over here. So basically, if you zoom yourself to the bottom of the slide, if you zoom yourself, so any numbers beyond 10, what you're going to hear in the Yoruba numbering system is they start using addition or subtraction to describe the numbers. Yoruba counting beyond 10 often uses subtraction and addition. For instance, mọ́kànlá is 11. Méjìlá is 12. Mẹ́tàlá is 13. Mẹ́rìnlá is 14. Then after that, you're going to be hearing subtraction. You're going to be hearing márùndínlógún. Ogún in Yoruba language is 20. Okay? Let's break this down. Let's break this down because this is in 3 parts. Okay, this is a consolidation of 3 different things. Okay, so you can see márùndínlógún. Okay, in Yoruba language, after the number 14, everything there you're going to be hearing either they are using addition or subtraction to define the number. Perfect example, 15. It is márùndínlógún. When in Yoruba language, dín means less, means to take away, to subtract. Ogún is 20. So basically, the literal translation of this, of number 15 in Yoruba numbering, is 20 minus 5. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or is it confusing? So this is exactly what it translates to. 20 take away 5, or subtract 5 from 20. 20 equals ogún. Okay. So let me zoom in a bit more. Actually, I hope it's clearer now. Okay, so what do we have here? You can see from 1, we've got odo, ọ̀kan, èjì, ẹ̀ta, ẹ̀rin, àrún, ẹ̀fà, èje, ẹ̀jọ, ẹ̀sán, ẹ̀wá. We continue building. Mọ́kànlá, méjìlá, mẹ́tàlá, mẹ́rìnlá for 14. Then from 15 onwards, we've got márùn, which means 5. Remember, àrún is 5, right? So márùn means take 5. D, which means to reduce, to remove or subtract from what? Ogún. Because when you subtract 5 from 20, what do you get?
15.
15.
Yeah.
This is the literal translation of it. It sounds funny when you're hearing it for the first time. Because you might be thinking to yourself, why don't they just have a number that represents 15? Why are they having to do subtraction and addition just to define a number? That's just how the Yoruba numbering system works. Okay? So when you have 15, it literally means márùndínlógún. That means 20 take away 5. That's 15. When you have 16, it says what? Mẹ́rin. That means 4. D, remove, kó dínkù, kó dín, to reduce it, to remove it, to, from what? From ogún. Mẹ́rìndínlógún is what became mẹ́rìndínlógún. That's then what? That means 16, because when you subtract 4 from 20, what do you get? You get 16, right? Okay. Let's keep going. 20 take away 4. Calculate. Yeah. Okay. And then obviously we could continue and build more, right? We could do 17. Which would be what? Can you help me build out 17? What would we have as 17?
Méjedínlógún.
No, kò ní jẹ́ méje. Remember, 20 minus 17 is what?
Is 3.
Yes, so what do you have? 3 would be what? In Yoruba, what's 3? Do you remember what's number 3? Huh?
Mẹ́ta.
Very good. It would be mẹ́ta.
Dínlógún.
Perfect. Mẹ́tàdínlógún. Yes, that's what you would have. And 18 would be what?
Méjìdínlógún.
Thank you. Méjìdínlógún. And then we know already, like 20 is what?
Ogún.
Ogún. And that's how it goes. Okay? That's how it goes. And I've explained it here. Yoruba counting beyond 10 often uses subtraction and addition. Example, márùndínlógún means 5 less than 20 is 15. Okay? So that's how it goes. Then it goes into ọgbọ̀n, which is 20, then ọgọ́rin, which is 40, àádọ́ta, which is 50, and ọgọ́rùn, which is 100. Okay? We're getting into heavy numbers there. Okay? Even I'm not used to those numbers because you don't hear them in everyday language, I promise you. In everyday conversation, you're hardly going to hear all those heavy numbers, okay? That's just how it goes. There was something else I wanted to share. Bear with me a second. Yeah. Okay. I hope that's clear. But you've done really well. You've done really well there. Okay. You've done really well. So you've understood the concept well, and you've actually formulated some numbers along with me yourself. So we formulated what? Mẹ́tàdínlógún. We formulated what? Méjìdínlógún. Right? Which is 18. And then, so what would 19 be?
Ọ̀kàndínlógún.
Ọ̀kàndínlógún, yeah. Remember, it's dínlógún.
Dínlógún.
Yeah, mọ́kàndínlógún is 19. Okay? Yeah, so 19 would be, we might as well just fill it out here. 19. 19 will basically be mọ́kàndínlógún.
Oh, okay. So you add the M.
You add the M. Remember, you add the M.
I thought it was just up before like
Only 1 to 9.
Okay, all right then.
Remember,
then after that is M. Okay, cool.
Yeah, remember what I said, right? Why do you remember when I explained the definition of that M? I said it's when you are basically taking.
Yeah.
So you put the me in front of it when you're taking it, because again, the me is that's what it's denoting. It's denoting mọ́kàndínlógún. So it's basically saying mu ọ̀kan, take one out of 20.
Okay.
The process of taking is what that me sound denotes. That's what it represents. It represents the act of taking. It's almost like a verb. Okay. So and obviously in your assignment for this module, I am now challenging you obviously to continue building the rest. Build up up until 100 in the workbook that you're going to be provided. Okay, I already provided some guidance there. 20 is Ogun. Then obviously, so if you're doing 21, it would be it would basically be 30 minus 1. 20 minus 9. It would do. What would that be?
Wait. It says 30. So 21 will be 30 minus 9. So that'd be Maison du Ogbon.
So yeah, so basically you have the opportunity to play around with that in the assignment that we're giving you. So build this out. Obviously, if you have any questions, if you need any support, then obviously you can always reach out. Okay? Okay. So yeah, but remember, Yoruba counting beyond 10 uses subtraction and addition. In some instances, you are actually adding. Okay, you're going to be saying this number le ní ọ̀kan, rather than that's how you use the addition rather than the subtraction. Okay. So in 21, it will be ogún ní ọ̀kan.
How would you write that?
It would look like this.
Okay, so you don't do the you wouldn't do the 30 minus 9. Would you wait until...
Not yet. Usually, you see the first 5. So let's say 21 to 25.
Yeah.
They're going to build it up. They're going to be adding.
Okay.
Then when after the 25, then they start subtracting. Like 26 would be Mary Din Logbon.
Okay.
Because Ogbon is 20. It's 30 rather.
Yeah.
Ogbon is 30. So 26 would be Mary Din Logbon. 25 would be Marun Din Logbon. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And sometimes you will find they can say Okan ni Okanlelogun. Or sometimes you may find Nilogun. Okay? Like that. So remember, it's either subtracting or it's adding. Okay? It's either subtracting or it's adding. Then it goes like that. For instance, 25 would be márùndínlọ́gọ́rin or márùnlélọ́gbọ̀n. 26 would be mẹ́fàlélógún. You see, 26, for instance, let me give you an idea. Let's say 26 would be mefa, which means 6, le, which means added to what? Ogun, which means, and we know Ogun is 20, right? So mefa le logun. Is this still making sense, Alkaline? Or do you want me to do a couple more? Let's do 25 as well. Would be márùnlélógún. That means 5 added to 20. Okay? You're on mute, by the way. So basically, that's how we continue building them out. You've been given a guide, then obviously you need to do your homework and then build all the way to 100. Okay?
Okay.
There are reference points that you can use. You could use online references. The key thing is that you understand the numbering structure. Once you understand the structure, then when it comes into writing them down or applying them, then you'll be able to do that in a consistent fashion. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. The numbers are tricky, I have to say, but it's just about learning the structure. Once you understand the structure, the rest is easy. Okay? Then lesson 3, we're going into what? Àkókò, time. The concept of time in Yoruba language. Okay? So 1, we know that 1 is what? Is okan. So when you want to say it is 1 o'clock, you say aago kan. Aago mélòó ni a máa pàdé? Aago márùn-ún. That means we're going to meet at 5. So aago kan, aago méjì, aago márùn-ún, aago mẹ́ta, aago mẹ́rin, aago mẹ́fà. Okay? So basically that's how you say 6 o'clock. Aago kan is 1 o'clock. Actually, let me do this. Aago kan 1 o'clock. Aago méjì is what? 2 o'clock. Aago mẹ́ta is 3 o'clock. All you have to do is just put aago in front of the number. That's how you determine the time. Okay? Just put aago in front of it. Aago márùn-ún. Yeah? Aago mẹ́fà. But if you are engaging in a conversation now, and somebody is asking you, "Oh, well, what time is it? Aago mélòó la wà yìí?" Then you can say aago mẹ́fà ni. That means it is 6 o'clock. Aago mẹ́fà ni. That means it is 6 o'clock. But if we're just saying clock by itself, when the clock strikes 5 is what? Aago márùn-ún. That means aago márùn-ún. That means he's saying 5. Márùn-ún. Okay? And obviously there are time expressions as well in Yoruba language, just like in most other languages. Àárọ̀ means morning. Ọ̀sán means afternoon. Ìrọ̀lẹ́ means evening. Actually, I'm missing one. Then we're missing alẹ́. You know, we studied this in previous lectures, right? In previous modules. Alẹ́ is night. Alẹ́, night. But we also have Oru is midnight. So any time between 12 a.m. to let's say between 12 to 4 a.m. or in some places, depending on the climate, between 12 to 5 a.m. it is Oru. That just means midnight. So we've got àárọ̀ for morning, ọ̀sán for afternoon, ìrọ̀lẹ́ for evening, alẹ́ for night, and òru for midnight, which is any between 12 a.m. and 5 in the morning. Okay? I hope that's clear. So now we've got some tasks for you. So how do you say it is 7 in the morning? How do you say it is 7 in the morning? How do you say it is? Okay, let's start. Okay, that might be too much too soon. Why don't we just say it is 7 o'clock? How do you say it is 7 o'clock?
Aago méje. No, aago méje.
Aago méje ni, right?
Yeah.
Aago méje, very good, very good. That was a very good attempt. But when you want to add, let's say, morning to it now, then what's the missing item? What's the missing element you're going to add to it?
Àárọ̀.
Àárọ̀. Aago méje àárọ̀. Well done. Ìyá mi ọmọ Làbákẹ́ mo ṣe bájú nílọ àbọ̀rọ̀ àbọ̀yè ìyá wa ṣé dáadáa lẹ́wà o.
Ogun àtọyìn èmi kan mo wà ń bẹ Ifáṣemílóore ló wà.
Ifáṣemílóore, I hope you're well. Thanks for joining us today. Mo mọ̀ pé tí ẹ wà pẹ̀lú wa. A máa rí bá wa ní wáyìntì lágbára Èdùmàrè. Ìyá mi lásólẹ̀ ẹ má bínú ìyẹn kẹnu díẹ̀ o.
Absolutely. Agboato, I think is. Oh, good evening.
Oh, good evening. Agboato, ṣé dáadáa ni o.
Ẹ káalẹ́.
Ẹ káalẹ́ ìyá mi, ṣé dáadáa ni. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Àṣẹ.
Thanks for joining us. Feel free to participate in in what we're doing, okay? Feel free to participate. If Ifáṣemílóore, no, feel free to participate. So alkaline is just attempted a combination of time and including the daytime expression to it as well. So the first attempt was 87 in the morning, and alkaline did very well. He said aago méje ni. Aago méje. Would anyone else like to attempt the second one? It is 2 in the afternoon. Who wanna volunteer for that?
I'll volunteer. So it is aago méjì ọ̀sán.
Very good attempt. Aago méjì lọ́sàn-án. Very, very good attempt. So we're saying aago méjì lọ́sàn-án. Ifáṣemílóore, get ready. Aago méjì lọ́sàn-án. Aago méjì lọ́sàn-án. Okay, excellent. Who wants to attempt the next one? Ifáṣemílóore, I don't know how long you've been with us. Have you heard enough to be able to attempt this yet? You can phone a friend. You can use mommy if you want. Okay, if not, do we want to help him out? So it is 9 at night.
Could it be aago mẹ́sàn-án lálẹ́?
Very, very good. It is aago mẹ́sàn-án lálẹ́. Well done. Aago mẹ́sàn-án lálẹ́. Yes. It is aago mẹ́sàn-án lálẹ́. Aago mẹ́sàn-án lálẹ́. Yeah, it is aago mẹ́sàn-án lálẹ́. And if we were to say 10 o'clock would be what? Aago mẹ́fà. We could say either láàárọ̀ or lálẹ́, right? So it is 10 at night. Would be aago mẹ́wàá lálẹ́.
What's the purpose of the L to link it?
Basically, it's an abbreviation of ní alẹ́. If we are actually breaking it down completely, it would be ní alẹ́.
Okay.
Ní, remember, ní it means in, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be ní alẹ́. But Yoruba sometimes they do what they call ìpàrójẹ, which means abbreviation. So when they want to abbreviate two letters, rather than using the L, N-I, it would just be lálẹ́, the way I've written it here.
Okay.
That was a very good question. It's good that you ask, actually, because to be honest with you, I have done it like this just by the way of habit. If people are learning the language for the first time, it actually makes more sense to teach them the root words like this. This is probably the best format for the people who are learning the language. But when you hear the language, the people speak the language in everyday situations, you're going to see this more often. So it's useful for you to know both. But if you're going to learn one, if you're only going to learn one method, then the root word is actually the best way to to learn this properly. Okay, so I'm glad you asked that question. I'm happy that you asked that question. That's a very, very good question. Okay. So yeah. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Do we want to continue doing more? Actually, let's have maybe one or two examples for evening. Okay, if you want to say it is 6 o'clock in the evening. Do we have any volunteers for that? Anyone? Is that alkaline?
Yeah.
Do you want to give that a shot?
Aago mẹ́fà ìrọ̀lẹ́.
Very good. Very good. Aago mẹ́fà nírọ̀lẹ́. It would be what? So if we want to say it is 6 in the evening. 6 in the evening. It becomes what? Aago. No. Aago mẹ́fà ní what? Ìrọ̀lẹ́.
So if you were to link it well, would it be Lee or how would you link it? Would it be Lee or no Lee or yeah? How would you link it if you took it away?
I'm going to be honest with you now.
Yeah,
I have never heard it called pronounced like that. If you're going with the logical, the standard format, it should be this, shouldn't it?
Yeah,
it should be right, Lirole, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I have never heard anyone pronounce it this way before.
No,
I've only ever heard Ni Irole. Others may have heard somebody use this before, but personally, I haven't. I have only ever heard, when it comes to Irole, I have only ever heard people pronounce it out in full.
Okay.
Yeah. Ni Irole. Okay.
It flows better anyway.
It sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it flows better, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, and obviously it goes on and on. So, like I said, as students, as learners, you're going to be provided the workbook as usual, for this module. Then what you can do in your own time, you could just play around with it more, build out some more yourself. Build out maybe 4 in the afternoon, 4 in the morning, 10 or 11 at night, use midnight. Loru, you can use midnight as well, so you can just build on it. So this is basically the format, this is the framework that you need to apply. Okay? So it is 7 in the morning, aago méje. It is 7 ní òwúrọ̀. Or ní àárọ̀. I just realized we were missing the full ní àárọ̀. But remember, in past lectures, I also said you could either say àárọ̀ or òwúrọ̀. It's the same thing. Okay? Or òwúrọ̀. Okay? So yeah, aago méje ní àárọ̀ or aago méje ní òwúrọ̀, or you could say aago méje ní ìrọ̀lẹ́. It could be in the evening as well. Or it is 2 in the afternoon, could be aago méjì lọ́sàn. It could be 2 in the morning, which would be aago méjì ní àárọ̀ or láàárọ̀. Or you could say it is 9 at night, aago mẹ́sàn lálẹ́. But if it's 9 in the morning, it becomes aago mẹ́sàn láàárọ̀ or ní àárọ̀. Or ní òwúrọ̀. It is 10 at night, aago mẹ́wàá ní alẹ́. It could also be aago mẹ́wàá lálẹ́. Okay? Or it is 6 in the evening, could be aago mẹ́fà nírọ̀lẹ́ or aago mẹ́fà nírọ̀lẹ́. I've never heard it like that before. Or ní ìrọ̀lẹ́ or ní àárọ̀. Because 6 could be either AM or PM, right? So yeah, so I hope it's making sense. I hope the structure is making sense.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, so let's step forward. So we are now talking about Ọjọ́ àti Àkókò, days and calendar. Okay.
You might need to move up the camera, so.
Oh, okay, like this.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Yeah.
and zoom out just a tad, just a bit. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. Okay, so Ọjọ́ àti Àkókò, days and calendar. So basically, when it comes to Yoruba days of the week, you've got Ọjọ́ Àìkú, which is Sunday, which means day of immortality. Ọjọ́ Ajé. Actually, before we go into this, did you know the Yoruba calendar is actually much more. So the Yoruba calendar is a lot older than the Gregorian calendar that they use in the Western world.
Nope, I didn't know that. It's not surprising though. But...
Did you say it was? It is or it is not surprising?
No, it's not surprising.
It's not surprising, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it not surprising?
The Western calendar is like it's more of a modern thing anyway. It's more of a modern.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's not accurate, is it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So basically, in the Yoruba calendar, I believe the year is actually year. So this is year 2025. In the Yoruba calendar, I believe is in year either 10,063, if you are being conservative, or you could say or 10,068. It's in that range because I've sat down and I've worked this out before. It's either on the low end, it's either 10,063 or 10,068. It was 67 last year. So it's in that range. And this is when in terms of how long since they started having a calendric system.
Yeah.
We know that the people predate the calendric system. But since they started having an official calendar that was published is 10,063 years ago that the Yoruba people started counting dates. Comrade says have no record. I'm not sure. Could you explain that, Comrade? I'm not sure what you meant by that. Have no record. What do you mean? I am telling you that it's, since Yoruba started having a recorded calendric system is 10,063 years ago. I am saying since they started having one was 10,063 years ago. Since they started having one. So yes, they do have one. A lot of people may not be aware of it. Start reading from the previous comments. Oh, I didn't see. That was your first comment I saw. Give us evidence. Okay, just go on Google and type it there, please. Or actually, ChatGPT as well. You could go in the AI, but this is documented. But you can do your own research. I have given you the word. You do your own research, and feel free to come back here, or you could just message me in my DM. If you have not found a verifiable source for that, you can always reach out to me. You can say, this guy, Yoruba Ronu, what you said is not true. I searched for it and I couldn't find any evidence of it. That would, then I'll be able to help you out. But you will find it. Like I said, I've done the research myself. I am not just talking. Okay. I just wanted to share that historical context. Okay. What led me into that research that's a conversation for another day. Okay. But trust me, this is real. And it is also acknowledged by Western, if some people only appreciate Western sources, right? So sometimes African sources is not good enough for some people, but this is actually acknowledged by Western sources as well. Okay, so let's talk about it. So Ọjọ́ Àìkú is Sunday, which translates day of immortality. Okay, Ọjọ́ Ajé is Monday, which means day of wealth, because in Yoruba, Ajé is actually a deity, it's a spirit. Wealth is not just a term or just a word in the Yoruba cosmology. Wealth is a thing as well. It's a spirit. It's it's an energy. Some people may not like the word spirit, but wealth is an energy as well. Okay, so Ọjọ́ Ajé is Monday, day of wealth. Okay, Ọjọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun is Tuesday, day of victory. Ọjọ́rú is Wednesday, which means day of harmony. Ọjọ́bọ̀ is Thursday, day of expansion. Then in more recent developments, 2 additional days have been added to the Yoruba calendar. The original calendar is actually 4 days. Did you know that?
Right, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
and Thursday.
Oh, okay.
There was no Friday and there was no Saturday. So Friday and Saturday are modern inventions, basically to just to align with with the rest of the world. But in the Yoruba calendric system, there are only 4 days. So Ọjọ́ Àìkú, and those are market days as well. So there's a reason for it as well. So it was 4 market days in Yoruba cosmology. Those are market days as well. So is Ọjọ́ Àìkú, which is Sunday, Ọjọ́ Ajé, which is Monday. Ọjọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun, which is Tuesday. Ọjọ́rú, which is Wednesday. Ọjọ́bọ̀, which is Thursday. Ọjọ́ Ẹtì, which is Friday, day of relaxation. Then Ọjọ́ Àbámẹ́ta, which is Saturday. Okay, but I am saying these 3 days are modern invention, because typically before you would only have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Actually, 4 days. You would only have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You would only have Ọjọ́ Ajé, Ìṣẹ́gun, Ọjọ́rú, and Ọjọ́bọ̀. Okay, that was the way they were structured previously. Okay,
so no Sunday then.
There was no Sunday.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, just 4 days. There was no such thing as a Sunday anyway, but Yoruba only count 4 days. So after the 4th day, then is repeated. Ọjọ́ Ajé is repeated.
Okay.
It's the same way now. Like after Sunday is Monday again, right?
Yeah.
In Yoruba calendar, in like the original calendar in the cosmology, it was only 4 days involved. After the 4th day, you count the first day again. It becomes Ọjọ́ Ajé again. I can go deeper into other spiritual or metaphysical reasoning, but that's not the purpose of this lecture. Okay? So there's an activity here. Create your own Yoruba week planner. So if you were to create a Yoruba week planner, okay, you've got a dilemma now. Do you want to create it based on the current standard calendar, or do you want to create it based on the historical calendar of which had 4 days? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it only makes sense to do it, the historical one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you already have the Gregorian calendar for the current. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so there's a, like I said earlier, we use a lot of in this lecture, to be honest with you, yes, we deliberately designed the course to have some historical context as well. But it's difficult or almost impossible to teach Yoruba language without explaining at certain points the historical context to it. Okay? Because Yoruba, everything that we do, nothing that happens in the Yoruba world, in the Yoruba cosmology, is for nothing. There is always a reason behind it. You understand? And there's always a reason. Even the reason that there used to be only 4 days in the Yoruba original calendar, there's a reason for that. But like I said earlier, I'm not going to get into the spiritual or the metaphysical aspect of this. Let's just keep it. Let's keep it on the above the surface, okay? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So for like I said, in the old Yoruba calendar, 4 days. The week is actually 4 days, which means there was like 91 weeks in a year. In a Yoruba year, there was like 91 weeks, but it was always 4 weeks, 4 days. It was always 4 days in a week. So yeah, let's move on. So yeah, you've got an activity here for those who are the registered learners. You're going to receive the weekly workbook as usual. We are asking you, we are challenging you, encouraging you to obviously create your own weekly Yoruba weekly planner. Okay? And Alkaline has already said he would rather build his own out based on the 4 days. Okay? Well, you're going to find some interesting thing. If you decide to do that based on the, like I said, the original Yoruba calendar, you're going to come back with some questions because you're going to find some things that I'm not talking about today. But by carrying out this activity, by attempting it, you're going to find some things which will raise some questions. Okay? And I'll be more than happy to, but look, it's just not the purpose of this particular program. We've got another program for metaphysical things. Okay. Anyway, let's carry on. Lesson 5. Okay. Àṣà àtẹ̀yìnwá, àṣà ìbílẹ̀. Okay. Yeah, Asha, Ibile, Abala, you could call it Abalaye. There's a lot of translations or interpretations you could use for that. Okay. Ọjọ́ Ajé ló bí Ọjọ́rú, Ọjọ́rí ló bí Ọjọ́bọ̀. So days are siblings, and each day brings its own blessing. Okay. So Ọjọ́ Ajé ló bí Ọjọ́rú. The Ajé, which means the first day of the week, which would be Monday in modern times, gave birth to Ọjọ́bọ̀. Okay? Because basically what it's saying is, without day 1, there is no day 2. It's the same thing. It's similar to the analogy I provided earlier when I said, without 0, you cannot have a 1. Because 1 has to come from something, right? 1 has to come from 0. It's a bit like when they say without darkness there is no light, because out of darkness comes the light. Okay, so Yoruba people see time not as linear, but as cyclical. Okay? Yoruba people see time as what? Cyclical, not linear. Okay? And it's the same way you could say Yoruba people see life as cyclical, not linear. Okay? Every day carries ancestral and spiritual energy. Counting and naming days shows awareness of divine order. We're not going to get too deep into the spiritual or metaphysical aspect of it, but knowing this alone is like it's empowering to know that. It's empowering to know this. Something so simple as this is empowering to know. For instance, if you live in Yoruba land, yeah, and you decided you wanted to start a business, let me go back here. If, let's say, you're a Yoruba person, you live in Yoruba land in Nigeria, and you decided, you know what, I've got a business that I would like to start. I want to open a shop. You built the shop, you designed it, you put products in it, and you decided, okay, I want to decide what's the official day that I'm going to open it. Knowing the Yoruba calendar, what day would you open that shop?
Ọjọ́ Ajé.
Ọjọ́ Ajé would be Monday, right?
Yeah.
That would be common sense, right?
Yeah.
This is not. Go ahead, Yami. Sorry, how do you pronounce your name?
La Soleil.
La Soleil.
Yes. But
La
also,
Soleil. I didn't want to butcher it. That's why I was quiet earlier. My apologies.
but also Ojoru as well.
Ojoru as well, which is Day of
Sorry.
Harmony.
No. Sorry, Ojobo. Expansion.
Expansion.
The expansion
Yeah.
version.
Yeah. But you would say the most, if you had to choose one, you would do it on a Monday, wouldn't it? Ojo Ajé, because Ajé is not only, sometimes Ajé is also it's a synonym for what? For market as well, not just wealth. But, wealth and market goes hand in hand, right? So, or trade. So if you were a Yoruba person, you were living in Yoruba land, it probably makes sense for you to start a business on Ojo Ajé. That's not even, spiritual, it's just common sense, right? Because, your ancestors have been using Ojo Ajé for businesses, for market, for trade, for acquiring, for wealth gathering and things of that nature. So it makes sense for you to want to align with that energy, right? Anyway, so I just wanted to to say why understanding, okay, that every day carries ancestral and spiritual energy, but understanding how to count your days is very, very good to have that awareness, because it means a lot. It's empowering. What you then choose to do with that information is up to you, but I think any information is empowering. Okay, so reflection. Write 3 ways you can use Yoruba counting or day naming daily. So what are the 3 ways you could use Yoruba counting or day naming daily? What are the 3 ways you could use it? Okay. So you could either, if you want to attempt it now while we're here, that's fine. If you'd rather go away and practice that once you receive your workbook for the week, 3 ways you can use it. Okay, you can use it to create an event planner. You could use it to create a timetable. You could use it to create what? A task list, an action list. You could use it to do like create a roster. You could use it to do other things. There's a multitude of things you could use it for, but we are challenging the learners to go away, write 3 ways you can use your Yoruba counting or day naming. Okay. Has anyone got any questions?
No, none from me.
None for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the?
I might have one. Actually, no, that's...
Go ahead. Lay out.
No, but it's do you know how we were doing, what do you call it? Alright, so we were doing, for the calendar, we're doing the days, and then how many days in a week.
Yeah.
How many months were in a year?
Well, you just have to divide, how many weeks? We said we was what? Was it
90 something.
91 weeks?
91.
Yeah. We said it was 91 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So 91 divided by 4.
Okay. Which would be, that'll be about, so my math is a bit, what do you call it? So, it'll be about 22, I believe. Around 22, 23.
Yeah?
Yeah. So you're saying that many months in a year?
Yeah. Because every 4 days is a week.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow.
It's calculated it. It's 22.75.
Yeah.
22.75. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every 4 days is a week rather than 7. Yeah. It sounds like a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it mean we have 21 months, like different names?
Sorry?
So if we have 22.75 months, right?
Yeah.
What are they called?
But basically, there's something I need to explain there. So if you were comparing it directly with the modern Gregorian calendar, which has 12 months and which has 7 days, then it would be exactly the number that you arrived at, 22 point something that you said, right? But in the real Yoruba calendar, there was only, I believe it was around maybe 13 months, after 13 months in a year.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder I wrote 13 because that's what I was taught, 13.
Yeah, that's what you were thought. Yeah, it would be 13 months in a year. So basically, and it goes with the seasons as well. That's the real divine order, if you really think about it. Because, if you really compare that with the seasons, basically, look, man lie, woman lie, but the seasons don't lie. Regardless of where you are in the world, when it's nighttime, it's nighttime. Somebody can call it whatever time you want. But when it's nighttime, it gets dark. Right?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the seasons. When it's, when the season changes, people can label it, they can put whatever they want on it. But the seasons is gonna tell you when the earth is flourishing or when the earth is resting. What we call winter is basically, those are rest periods for the earth. When it starts springing, that's when the earth comes back to life and it starts springing and new flowers start blossoming again. Anyway, let's not get too deep. Let's keep it above ground, above the surface. You can go deep, but basically what I'm saying is the Yoruba calendar aligns better with nature. Okay? It aligns better with nature. It aligns better with nature. Once you start looking at it from that perspective, a lot of things are going to make sense, and you're going to have a lot of questions. You're going to be wondering then, why would we want to change it? Why wouldn't we want to align it with nature? But it is what it is. That's a conversation for another day. Okay? That's a conversation for another day. Okay, so yeah, I hope it's fine. I hope it's clear. Has anyone got any other questions? Okay, in that case, I'll ask a question then. What's the most useful lesson you've learned from this module? What's the most useful or the most surprising aspect of today's lecture that you've learned?
I'd say the number of days in a week. Just comparing the historical Yoruba calendar to the Gregorian calendar. Yeah, I'd say that. So.
Surprising, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. But you see that little bit of information there. I remember the first time I discovered it, it sent me down the rabbit hole so deep. And I actually, it was almost like it was liberating. I learned a lot. You see that little information there? Oh, really? 4 days in a week? Why? That took me down the rabbit hole that, coming back out of that, I was able to learn a lot of historical facts. I'm not encouraging anybody to do that, but I'm just giving you my own personal experience. That information there was the beginning of a lot of things, of a lot of things for me. That just learning that in itself. So that knowledge is it's it's empowering. Let me just put it that way. Okay. And has anyone else got anything else? Lasole, what have you taken from this? What are you taking from today's lecture?
The numbers. The
The
numbers were
numbers.
really interesting. That you objectify the item by the number
Yep.
rather than the number itself. That was
Yeah.
eye-opening.
Okay, that's good. And if Ashemilori, I'm not sure what time you joined us. What have you learned from this? What are you taking from today's lecture? What are the good things you've learned? Ìyá mi Àkẹ́jù, ṣé Ifáṣemílóore ṣì wà ń bẹ̀?
Yeah, no. Ó wà bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ifáṣemílóore, my friend, how are you?
Good.
Ẹ lè sọ Yorùbá sí i.
Báwo ni o, ṣó wa okay? Ṣé dáadáa ni?
Sọ̀rọ̀ ó jẹ́ ṣíṣe. Dáwọn ló nà.
Ṣé dáadáa ni? Ṣó òun tijú ni?
Mi mẹ́rin tó ti lò bóyá o sí fídíò náà.
Then kí ló rí kọ́ nínú ẹ̀kọ́ tòní? What did you enjoy about today's lesson?
Mi ní fẹ́ ṣíṣe ìjẹ́ tó bá sọ.
Oh, ní jẹ́ chinchin oṣù tí gbọ́ ìyá mi ti ń sọ fún ẹnìyẹn o.
Ò ní jẹ́ ṣíṣe tó rántí mọ́ ẹ̀.
Okay, maybe we're putting him on the spot, aren't we? Okay, don't worry. Next time you can tell us, okay? Next time you can tell us. Next time, just be prepared because we're going to ask you what are the things you've learned. Okay, have you have any question? Anything that's unclear to you that you would like to you would like me to clarify? Any questions?
Ó lè sọ̀rọ̀ ni.
Hold up, boy.
Wọ́n máa bí bàbá ẹ̀dá kó wá jù.
If Ashemilore tijú lónìí. Anyway, you're the youngest learner here, so we have to acknowledge you regardless. So thank you for joining us. Don't worry, keep coming. You're gonna get more fluent and get more confident to ask questions and challenge us. Well, even if you feel like we're not saying anything right, before you know it, you'll be able to challenge us as well. Okay, great to have you. Bàbá mi, Mr. Adebisi, mo ṣe bá Junilọ ṣe dáadáa ní bá mi o. Ẹni pé the significance of the UN. Ṣé United Nations lẹ́mìn bẹ́ẹ̀ bá mi? Ṣé UN as in United Nations? Mo ti send in request tẹ́ nǹkan bá fẹ́ wá bá wa dá sí tó bá fẹ́ wá dá sétò. Yeah, I'm not sure what you meant by that. The significance of the UN. Did you mean United Nations? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, you accepted. Okay, mo rí yín o. It's still showing. Oh, okay. Here. Oh, okay. Márùn-ún. Oh, okay. Look, like I said, I explained it earlier. Good akẹ́kẹ́ tó join wa. Mo sọ pé most of the time táwọn èèyàn bá rí numbers yẹn, báyìí lè ṣe máa rí ẹ ní rí yẹn, ẹ kàn máa rí márùn-ún. Èmi mọ̀ọ́mọ̀ fi sí báyìí so that àwọn learners wọ́n máa lè learn how to pronounce it. Well, in Yoruba literature, you're not going to see that dash and the UN. No, you're just going to say it this way. Maroon. You understand? So that was more of a pronunciation guide, but typically is going to this is what you're going to see. Okay, and I explained earlier the meson as well. You're just going to say it like this. Okay, but if you wanted to pronounce it, I'm just using that to let the users, the learners know that meson is almost you drag. Oh man, drag meson, not meson. It's meson. Yeah, it's just a pronunciation guide, but typically this is how you're going to find it. Meson. Okay. Oh, that can continue baba me son here. Mo send the in request. So if I've still misunderstood it, then Ejamo. Okay. So which brings us to the end of today's lecture. It is short and sweet, but like I said earlier, the review checklist. We learned how to count from 1 to 100. During the lecture, we did 1 to 30, but I have, there's an assignment for the learners to go away and then complete from 30 from Ogbon to 100 yourself. Okay, then how to tell the time in Yoruba, we've learned it, how to tell the time by itself in terms of the hands of the clock, but we also apply the daytime to it as well. So if it's in the AM, you say aro. If it's in the PM, the afternoon, you say osan. And we've got irole, we've got ale, and we have oru for midnight. And like, what did I say about oru? Oru is between 12, let's say between 12 and 4 in some places, depending on your demographic, your geographical location rather, or 10 or between 10 and 5. In some places, by 5 o'clock, you're already seeing the daylight coming, so you cannot call 5 o'clock Oru in some places. Okay, but in other places, 5 o'clock still counts as midnight. But let's just say, for accuracy, anywhere you go in the world, between 12 and 4 would always be accurate. Okay, and how to name all 7 days in a week in the Gregorian week. Okay, which is the modern calendar. We also explained, however, the original and the historic Yoruba calendar is actually different. Okay, it's much older. Okay, because we are in what year? What I said, 10,068, right? Is the year that we're in Yoruba calendar. Okay, between 10,063, which is the conservative number, but I think is 10,068. Okay, but and I said how it differs from the 2025, which is the Gregorian year that we are currently in. But the Yoruba people obviously predate the calendric system. The Yoruba people have been around for longer than that, but the official calendar, the most, you could say the oldest calendar we can find dates back to what? 10,063. What else did we learn? How to explain the meaning of one Yoruba day. Yeah? Okay? In terms of Ọjọ́ Ajé, Ọjọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun, Ọjọ́rú, Ọjọ́bọ̀, okay, Ọjọ́ Ẹtì, Ọjọ́ Àbámẹ́ta, and Ọjọ́ Àìkú, if you're counting the 7, okay? So, yeah, that's pretty much it really for today's lecture. I did say earlier that I have an announcement. So, Yoruba Learning Academy, we are going to be introducing 2 additional courses from January onwards. We're going to be introducing business analysis. We are adding business analysis to our program. We are adding business analysis as well as project management. Okay? So business analysis that we are introducing also carries both the theoretical aspect of business analysis as well as what? As well as the theoretical, as well as the practical. Okay, how to use tools for business analysis. What are the modern tools that people use for business analysis? And I've also got a bonus value add to that around AI. There is an AI element to that as well. How AI can be used in the world of business analysis. How to use AI to make business analysis more effective and more efficient. The AI tools that you can use, the modern tools that you can use, and I explained when I was mentioning this on Atamata's platform that this program has been designed to enable people who are interested in going into those fields to be able to be above the market. Because at the moment, a lot of people who have business analysis skills, they've got business analysis qualifications, they've got the work experience, but not many people have business analysis AI experience. So we're going to be teaching that so that for all the learners who are interested in that, sign up. We begin in the second week of January. So for people who are interested in that, sign up for that. But what's going to happen is at the ending of that 10-week program, you're going to be able to put that on your CV. You would have not only training of business analysis, you would have training of business analysis as well as training of how to apply AI in the world of business analysis. So that's one. We are also introducing project management. So again, the project management course is theoretical as well as practical. We're going to be using a case study of real projects. We're going to be creating a real project scenario that all the learners are going to be participating in. And also there is an AI element to that as well. Like I said, if somebody goes into the market after that program, they'll be able to put AI enabled project manager, which is going to make you competitive on the market, okay? Because at the moment, people know the hottest skill, the hottest qualification in any field is if you can add AI to it. Oh, not adding it as a CV, as a letter on your CV. No, the actual practical experience of being able to utilize AI in your business analysis jobs, in your business analysis duties, being able to use AI in your project management duties. We are going to teach you that as part of the course. Okay, so this is something to keep in mind. Tell a friend to tell a friend. If you're interested, please feel free to sign up. You're going to be able to sign up for that. Let's say from next week onwards on yorubaronu.co.uk, which is our website. You're going to be able to visit our website, actually download the brochures for the courses, and obviously you can sign up for that as well. There's one more thing I need to add. Both of those courses, we are going to be teaching them in both Yoruba and English. Both of those courses, we are going to be teaching them in both Yoruba and English. So all the course materials, the workbooks, the lecture slides, everything is in both Yoruba and English. We are going to be explaining those courses in both Yoruba and English. What's the reason for that? The research is already out there that African people in general, that one of the reasons why we are behind in technological development is because we are being taught in a foreign language. When we attend schools, when we attend universities and all those things, we are learning those things in a foreign language. So things that you are learning in a foreign language, we are unable to then connect it to our real world environment and utilize them to solve our everyday problems in our own land, in our own country, in our own, obviously, communities. The reason for that is, because when you learn something in a different language, you have to learn it 3 times. The first one is, before you even understand what you're being taught, you have to understand the language that they're teaching it in. You then have to translate that language into your own local understanding, into your own natural understanding of in your own original language, because you cannot understand the foreign language unless you are able to interpret it in your own language, right? That's 2 things you're learning at the same time before you actually understand what they're trying to teach you. So you are having to overcome 3 hurdles just to learn something. How to create, how to connect pipework. Okay? How to mix chemical compounds to create another formula. To create and how to mix different chemical compounds to create something in a laboratory. Before you even understand what they're teaching you, and how to apply it, the practical applications of it, you have to climb 3 hurdles. 1 is the language they're teaching you in. 2 is being able to interpret it properly, because you're, to your own mother tongue, which is how you form your understanding and your relativity. And 3rd, to then understand what they're actually teaching you, the knowledge and the wisdom you're actually trying to extract from what they're teaching you. So you're climbing 3 hurdles. By the time you climb the first and the second one, the Chinese man, they're already building spaceship. And relativity is very, very important, which is why we have professors today, but we don't have any companies, any industries. We've got a lot of people that have a lot of learnings which is being taught to them in foreign language, but they are not able to practicalize it because it is not they can't relate to it. It's not relative to their natural environment. And this is something which is affecting us as Africans, okay? So we've taken it upon ourselves in the way that we are designing these courses is to say that, okay, sometimes there's a saying, right? You have to be the change that you want. Sometimes you have to be the change that you expect from the world. So we've designed our courses with that in mind. Say, no, we want to teach our people. Other people can come and learn, other nationalities will come, can obviously come along and learn it. We're not saying it's only for Yoruba people, but we are saying we are going to be teaching in Yoruba as well. Okay, so hopefully people will find that useful. People will find that valuable. I just wanted to make the announcement. From next week onwards, we're going to start. You're going to see some materials, some promotional materials hit the market. So if anyone is interested, or if you know somebody who's interested, please feel free to reach out. Yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Has anyone got any questions on those 2 additional courses that we're adding? Anyone got any questions? Anything they would like to raise or ask about the business analysis course, which is AI enabled, which is obviously Yoruba language enabled, okay, and then the project management as well, okay? So if anyone's got any questions, please feel free to reach out. If not, then we're going to call it a day. Thank you for everyone who's attended today. Àṣèbá gbogbo àwọn tọ́jọ́ ìwà lé ní ìyá mi àkẹ́jù ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ohun tẹ́wà pẹ̀lú wa lónìí o. Èdùmàrè á wà pẹ̀lẹ́ yìí náà o. Ifáṣemílóore, thanks for joining us today o. We are happy that you're with us. Bàbá mi Alkaline, thanks for joining us and always engaging. Much appreciated. Okay.
No problem. Appreciate the session.
Yeah, you're more than welcome. So ó dà pé eléyìí àti ṣetán nìyẹn ò ní ọjọ́ ti tòní. Ẹ tún wá join wa padà, ẹ pàdé wa ní next week. So next week we're going to be in module 7. But as usual for the registered learners, I will be sending out the course materials for this module. You'll get your workbook, you'll get your slides, as well as a copy of the lecture video, just in case you want to refer to it, you want to go back on it, you want to watch it over and over, you'll be able to do that. For anyone else who's watching us, who's joining us for the first time, if you would like to register, then definitely reach out to me in the DM. The lady who joined us earlier, I think it was Elise or something like that. She was definitely joining us as a first timer. So I hope you will follow the page and we look forward to seeing you again in future. So so as usual, it's customary that we're going to end the live with a bit of music. What music are we going to play today? Okay, here we go.
Me, I don't know God. I know we don't do money. I believe in our hero, let's set by we don't do money. Babaláwo ló bí oníṣègùn ló bí adáhunṣe yàtọ̀ sí olóríṣà, oníṣẹ̀ṣe ṣáàdì gbogbo wa. Arakutu, of course I be on fire. Fire boys, fire girls, fire man. Of course, you know ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Give me iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ní money. speak English. Of course, I don't care what they say. It's a shaky way. All that might be to my body. No man can say. Black man, black religion. Then tell them in my own choice. I'm spiritual, not religious. Who shall give me another talk much? I see Jerry, where I am, I'm sitting. Ebu, Ejella, time away all your ever. I see Jerry, I'm sitting. Ebu, Ejella, time away all your ever.
Okay, thanks everyone. I'm Arimba. Ìpàdé wa ní ire àti ní ayọ̀. So see you on the next one. See you next week. Thanks everyone. We may come live tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure, but obviously it's not going to be about the courses. It's going to be about other things. I may introduce the new book, actually. But yeah, we may come tomorrow. I'm not sure, but obviously if you see us online, then please feel free to join in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and see you soon.
Thank you.
Ẹ ṣeun, ìyá mi, ó dàárọ̀.